What goes exactly through your mind when you're developing a new concept?
I think I just put something, if you like this song, if you like this movie, you just
Mm-hmm.
put some things, some of thing that you like in those, and put it and mix it, and something you have to like drawing, redrawing, like, have to like develop that. If you have some inspired, it's not just you have some inspired and you draw and you, yes, I got my new art. It's not like that. It's just you have to like fake thing, like doing this, like get better. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just put this that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You need
um
to develop consistency, pretty much.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Develop, yeah. I think, I just think that most of, uh I don't know if this help. When I drawing, I always like listen some music that fits fit the concept I draw. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you just draw it, you have some concept, you have some inspire that you want to draw, and you draw, and while you listening to those music, you might get some more inspired and add this in your work. And
Mm-hmm.
but
What sort of music would you say is your biggest
uh
inspiration? And you know, I know
yes.
this probably very like there's always something new, but as you said, Tim Burton is something that's constantly an inspiration. What type of music is constantly an inspiration for you?
Yeah, most of music that inspired me is from Lana Del Rey. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love her so much. Most of my music I listen is, yeah, is like, it's just like what I like is sadness or something like that. It's not much. It's not about like in love or something like that. It's more about sadness and like that. Yeah. Sometimes I just keep listening to those music, and I got some inspired from the music, like more something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No,
Lana
yeah,
Del Rey
I can relate. Again, I went through a very similar process when I was growing up, exactly the same. But back when I
yeah.
was growing up, it was sort of more like the emo phase, and people like the
Oh,
emo scene was
yeah,
the
also
scene.
like an emo
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same thing happened to me. Again, I never really had any creative channel to sort of create something in because
Yeah,
again,
I know.
I was pursuing to be a lawyer, but I went through the exact
Yeah.
same phase. I mean, in Mexico, it's actually the opposite in Thailand. In Mexico, they value tan skin, and look at me, I look like a vampire, right? So
Oh, I
even
know.
that entire process, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's definitely very relatable, especially when you're growing up.
Uh,
Uh, Now, I did notice, and you probably have noticed as well, that your work has made, I wouldn't say a switch because, I mean, for the last year, you can definitely see how the work that you were creating last year is still relatable with the work that you're creating now. But in the last 6 months, I think your work has really started to differentiate itself, like in a big way, right?
yeah, yeah. I think so.
What do you
I
think?
think
What was it like an organic thing, or did you have like a like what made that? Because you can tell it's very clear. So was it a specific event, or what really do you think caused such a strong progress?
mm, let me think. I think the first, the like, the own art I post in my Instagram. Most of them are from when I was just not like, not have a certain style of myself, and also the last test is, you just keep drawing, you always drawing, and is always like development, something like that. I think style is something is not just stand, style is always like have some development. Art
Mhm.
is always have like developments like that. uh the important things that my style is developed, uh I think is from like experience or something like that.
Mhm.
You when you practice a lot and get to like got inspired from those from a lot, you know. You just figured out better than the own one that, yeah, when you look at the own art, you just realize that, oh, you have to fix it, and you have to change this, it's not good or something like that. I keep doing this, you know, when I post my art and I just check it again, and what is a mistake or in those art. And yeah, I think this is how I develop my style. I don't know if anyone have the same you know, the same
process.
process. Yeah, the same process I did, but you know, I don't know how to explain that, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
so it
just
was a
like,
very natural sort of process.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when you say that, oh, this is something that I need to fix, how do you know it's something that there's something that you need to fix? Is it just intuition? Is it mostly a technical aspect of the drawing? Like, oh, the shape is not right, the color is not right, or is it more like, I don't like how this feels?
mm, it's like all of that. Sometimes like when you draw that piece, you just feel like, oh, it's okay, but the time is make you like change your mind, you know. It's just, I should have do that, I should have done that, you know, something like that. And also the shape, the color that is doesn't fit well, you know, all of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's a
it's just like
combination.
yeah.
Okay. And what about, do you get people reaching out to you a lot about your work through Instagram
Yeah,
or something? Is because I'm guessing there's a lot of people, right?
yeah, a lot of people.
Huh.
There's a, yeah, that most of them is like positive comments, something like that. They always like admiring my art, something like that. And I felt so thankful of them that they keep me like doing this, you know. But there are so some negative opinion comments, something like that. Yeah, you know, and I get it. I get it that if you're be like, if you want to be famous, you have to deal with those negative or people, those like, you know. And the first time I got a negative comment, I was like, oh my god, i I was like,
Yeah,
shocked. And
destroyed. Yeah,
yeah,
destroyed. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
is it real, is it, you know, is it true that a lot of positive comment, and I just keep forget just that negative comment. And I was like, why I'm doing this, why I just keep forget of this comment, you know. And you know, finally you just have to like tell yourself that, you know, if there are people that love you, there are also people that hate you, something like that. And yeah, it's like a yeah.
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. And yes, as you say,
Yeah,
the more exposure you get, the more people see your work. You're going to find a lot
yeah,
of people that really love your work, and you're going to find people that really don't like your work, either for just
yeah,
hateful or just genuinely not having an understanding and appreciation of what you're doing. It just comes with the job, as you say. But it is a very, I can imagine it's a very, very difficult emotional process, especially to deal with people that are just critical of your work, maybe in a good or in a bad way. But as for you personally, what has been your emotional process like as you've clearly continuously succeeded in this space? Have you found that maybe it's all been good from an emotional perspective? So you've been happy, you've been continuously working, or has this new exposure brought like a new sense of responsibility that has caused maybe anxieties or sadnesses or depression? Where do you find yourself personally emotionally through this entire process?
mm,
Because because you get two types of people, right? There's the type of artist that likes the attention. They find the attention very, very inspiring. They can take responsibility. They feel confident. And then there's the other type of artists, and I can relate with that type because, you know, we usually insecure, usually shy, have a lot of emotional.
yeah,
And when that attention comes, although you appreciate your work, now you feel like this sense of responsibility and insecureness about everything that you're doing. Are you finding yourself more in this area as an artist, or has it just been a really good process overall?
oh, I do have some time that I feel like insecure, you know. Is a lot of time that I feel that uh but I don't know. I do have, I'm still insecure about my art. Sometimes I look at my account, I think all the most of artists also have this insecurity thing I had,
Hmm.
also use something like that. But how to get through that? Uh, how I get through that. I will like keep thinking just about a good thing that happened to me. That good comment, good positive thing about my parents, my everything around my world, something like that. And I just think sometimes I think that just you know we have like one life to live, and you don't have to be like care for people that tell you what to do, something like that. You have to just don't care, just
Hmm.
not care, just ignore them. If what you're doing is not hurt anyone, you can do whatever you want. I keep If I want in that insecurity situation, I will like telling me something like this, like, you have one life and just do what you want to do. Ignore that. Just don't care what people say about you, because
Hmm.
this is your life, something like that. Yeah, and yeah, that's helped me a lot. And I, I have always doing this all the
Yeah.
time, to like uh get more like positive energy of myself, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is.
No,
Yeah.
no, and that makes sense, and it also goes back to what you were saying at the beginning of just being consistent with your artwork or with your craft, whatever it is, whether it's drawing, whether it's design or whatever. Because I think what's refreshing about work like yours, and again, the benefits and the emotional benefits and the emotional risk is that because in its nature you make very sad and vulnerable work. You are obviously open, very open to what other people say or think about your work because that's what you feed off of. You feed off of those negative emotions. Those are the ones that motivate you to and inspire you to create. And sometimes it's easy as artists to get into this loop of doing what you love, getting negative feedback, and then losing motivation to work at all. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the most productive thing to do is that use those leverage those emotions that you're feeling, whether they're good or bad, to consistently create more work. Because at the end of the day, you can fuel and you can use all of those comments, whether positive or negative, to continuously build better and better and better work. As long as you say, you stay consistent with creating things, right?
Yeah. Yes. I
Yeah.
stay consistent with doing things. And I have been a lot of tough story of my life, like some study thing, like some beauty standard insecurity things. i was
Hmm.
I was bullied by some of random guys I don't even know.
Hmm.
It's kind of tough. It's one of the most sensitive thing in my life have been through. I think this is important thing that make me get through all of those, like, negative comment, is because I have been through like a lot more than that.
Hmm.
And I was reading some like philosophy book, something like that. And it's helped me a lot to like get some positive thought, and get some like get rid of like negative thought in mind. So you should, I just think that bigger than myself, think that the world, the life, something like that, humanity, something like that, it's helped me a lot to get through negative things. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So emotionally, would you say the biggest and roughest experiences that you've had always been beauty standard related?
Yeah, beauty standard related. And also, like, here is not that open for creative thing. Me and my friends just like the weirdo in school. We always dress like different from people or something like that. We just dress what we want. And
You dress like you're the girls in your illustration, pretty much.
yeah. Is
Yeah.
that like my mom was like, you just look like this girl in your illustration, like something like that. Also my friends always said that. Yeah, it's kind of true, because most of my art inspired from my outfit of myself, something like that. and I put some insecurity thing in my art, like small eye or something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, I can
yeah,
tell the light skin, the tall
yeah,
figures.
yeah,
I can definitely,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can definitely tell that it comes
yeah, yeah.
from that
So yeah,
100%.
so I think the thing that have been like happen in my life is affect to my art a lot. You know, I also put those things, maybe something that I have been through, and I put it in my art. uh Such as like insecurity thing, like really standard things, I put it in my art, like to show people that yeah, you
Hmm.
just you just have to be like what you are, and you know, you can be this and you can be like confidence, you know.
Yeah.
I do believe that, you know, beauty is, it's just everyone have beauty in their own way. What's gender, what's type of yours, you know,
Hmm.
you just have to confident and do whatever you want, something like that. Yeah, this
Hmm.
is yeah.
Awesome. No, I love it. I love it. And I mean, based on everything that you're saying, I can pretty much like understand well, like what you mean by inspiration and what your entire creative process is like. I mean, for you, it comes completely naturally, of course, because you are the artist. But so far, and I mean, you have this picture of you know the three Greek goddesses, which is Medusa, Artemis, and Athena.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And you can definitely tell that the creative process was it what it involves is just portraying what they mean, what for example those three Greek goddesses mean to you. And then wanted, you know, they dress a certain
Oh.
way, they look a certain way, as you said, the skin tones, the colors, the eyes, you can definitely see where everything is coming from, which is, I mean,
Mm,
and at the end of the day, that's why I found what I think that's why you've had such a fast creative process or creative development is because